Sleaze with Leslie Fram, presented by McDonald's. Best part about working at McDonald's is the people.
Do you think Diddy might need a new defense team? Check out this paralegal named Ari.
Okay, what is going on here?
My name is Ari, and I'm a paralegal. The United States Constitution mandates that nobody's subjected to the penalties of a crime without a conviction. Therefore, it is mandatory that Mr. Coons be released pending a conviction. Also, to try to say that he may have tampered with witnesses, etc., there's no evidence that he did this subsequent to being charged. To try to say that he presents a flight risk and everything like that, there's no evidence that he ever sought to evade prosecution. It's called pre-evention. You can't do that. You can't say punish a person for something they might do. They can only punish a person for something they have done. So the law mandates that he be released pending his trial.
Okay, just so you know the setup, this is right outside the courthouse. 35 microphones, legitimate place where they would do the press conference. But in what world does the paralegal come to speak?
I mean, is he trying to get his 15 minutes?
I think this has to be a bit. I've tried to find this. I cannot find anything about it because there's no, if you notice, there's no chaos around the scene. It's just the dude in front of the mics.
Ari, the paralegal.
I feel like someone just thought that would be funny and the mics were set up and they went up in there and they just started recording. Because come on, this guy is spending a fortune on his legal defense and they're going to send, what's his name?
Ari.
Ari, the paralegal?
Yeah, well, people are all over Twitter, X, TikTok saying, where did he get his defense? Did this guy come from Temu?
Yeah, Temu.
What? Yeah.
No, I think they got him from Fiverr. I mean,
I was like, what is happening here?
That was really strange.
This is a crazy story. You may remember this person, Kanye's former assistant. According to the lawsuit, she is now, of course, suing him. She is claiming that when she arrived at his studio years ago, drinks were served to her and others, followed by an announcement that, hey, everybody has to drink if you want to stay. Well, unbeknownst to her, her drink was laced with something. She said she woke up feeling physically ill and confused and very ashamed. So she never brought it up because she felt like, well, it's maybe it's my fault. I don't know what happened. But check this out. Years later, she's still working with Kanye, right? He brings it up. He brings it up about the time they did kind of hook up a little bit.
What?
And she is shocked. She is shocked. And then he starts reminiscing about that night that they hooked up. So she said she was shocked, had no recollection, and Kanye laughed it off and said, yeah, women love to say they don't remember. So she is now suing him.
Does she have a recording of it or she's just going by what he said in front of her?
I don't know if she has a recording of it, but she does remember being served drinks. The drinks were laced. She doesn't know what happened that night. But then years later, he's like reminiscing about the night they hooked up.
Everybody suing everybody.
Wow. Now, I don't know if you have watched the actual Menendez documentary.
No.
The one in their own words.
No. Too soon. I need to digest the rest. I finished Monsters.
Okay.
My palate cleanser is disclaimer, by the way, Leslie. I highly recommend you go there. Cate Blanchett, serious.
What is it?
Disclaimer. It was one of my picks for the month. It just started on Friday on Apple. It opens up with rough train sex. I'll just tell you that.
Oh.
That's the opening scene. There's even a warning. You get the paragraph warning at the end about explicit action.
And then you were like, I'm right there.
Well, you're right in the train car. And I'm just saying, this one is up your alley. You're going to be thanking me this time next week.
Well, I was all about the Menendez brothers, so I watched the documentary. Now,
the whole thing?
I watched the whole thing. Now, well, it's only like 2 hours. Oh. So I have to tell you that there's this whole movement on TikTok about free the Menendez brothers.
Yes.
Because back then, people didn't really believe or understand about, men being physically abused by their parents. So now there's this whole movement on TikTok, and they're actually speaking out about it. So Eric said from jail, I really appreciate the support of the people that have written me and are supporting me. And he's obviously talking about the TikTok videos. But he did say, I only get to see what's on TV. Those stories are about me, but I do worry, and I think it's important that the seriousness of my crime not be minimized or diminished. It's a good thing he said that, right? So everybody's talking about the whole TikTok movement, so let's see what happens from there.
These guys may get out. Good thing he got rid of that toupee, though. He can start fresh without that burden.
That was Lyle.
I know, well, yeah, whichever one.
Lyle and the toupee. He needs a new toupee. That toupee was not good.
So this is just 2 episodes? The documentary?
No, it's 2 hours.
Oh, 2 hours. Okay, I'm in. Okay, good.
You can blow through it, Barnes.
I did a little Tulsa King in between, and then I started disclaimer, so now I can go peel off that real quick.
I do agree that you kind of need the palate cleanser.
Yes, it's too much Menendez, and it's confusing right back to back.
Speaking of palate cleansers, mine is Emily in Paris. I saw this story. Have you heard about the controversy about the show moving to Rome?
Yeah, we talked about it. All of a sudden, they show up, and now they're in Italy.
Well, she's got a new boyfriend. But apparently the French president, Emmanuel Macron, he has determined to keep the show in Paris. Had a very positive impact on tourism.
I bet.
And trade in the country. And by the way, his wife apparently has a cameo in the series. So he needs the show to stay in Paris. It's not going to happen.
The impact is insane because there's a small village called Gourd that's by where we stay in France, and Leslie was there, and Leslie went and had a drink on the patio where they filmed Emily in Paris.
I did.
And that place's business is they're charging $6,000 or $7,000 a night for a room.
A night.
And you can't get a table on this balcony, all because a scene or two was filmed there.
Remember, I went and took a picture of the table where the scene
Exactly. I mean, Les was like, this is the table from the scene from the show. But that's what people do.
Oh.
No wonder he's pissed that they're leaving.
Have you heard about Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel living separately?
What?
A lot of strain on their marriage because of his little DWI arrest. Yeah. And he's going on this tour, which is going to take him through 2025.
I did not hear that. They're separate. And that's the same thing with Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher, right? Supposedly.
I think they want to move to Europe because of the Diddy stuff.
I thought they were separated and living apart.
That there's a story about that, and then there's always another story saying they want to move to Europe because of all the Diddy stuff. Wow. Crazy, crazy times. That's your Celebrity Sleaze.